Jackie Talam.
Yes, Patrick.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Ndoret vipi?
Good.
You're good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Viewers, we have another chance to interview Jacqueline Tallam, the epitome of success, the superwoman, the upcoming superwoman,
Say it again.
Vice President Toastmasters, the German linguist. Let me not finish that. Viewers, your host is Theoretic Patrick Egon. The channel is Theoretic Patrick Egon, as always. Before we start the conversation, I want to ask you, if you have not actually subscribed to this channel, kindly be part of this community. Remember to share and like, and better still, leave a comment or a question so that we can learn more and we can push Jackie to tell us more about herself. So Jackie,
Yes.
this is a conversation about what actually inspires you, because I've been looking what you are doing. It's marvelous.
Thank you.
And I know outside there people actually want to know what makes Jackie, so that they can learn and maybe use the skills for themselves. So tell us, who is Jackie Talam?
Jackie Talam, meaning that's my name.
Yes.
And there's a lot, when I mention the name Jackie Talam, there's a lot that comes into my mind, and there's a lot that is yet to come. I've been building myself from that, let me use the word petite, shy, humble. Did I say humble? Yeah.
Yes.
And very, which word will I use? I would want to bring out the best in me. What inspires me, and mostly I would ask myself, bringing the best out of yourself. The book you had wrote some time back when we were still in campus, bringing the best out of yourself in high school and beyond. So I would always ask myself, I want to bring out the best in me. And that's basically what really pushes me to go deep within me and find that fine lady who has a purpose to do something. I know there's a purpose.
Yes.
I've achieved some and yet to achieve more. And I'm still building that brand of Talam Jacqueline.
So on a normal and a working day, what is Jacqueline doing?
Right now, mostly when I'm asked that question, I would say I'm a jack of all trades. Yes, I'm a German linguist. I'm a Toastmaster, something that I think I've really focused on that because I'm growing. There's a lot that Toastmasters has really helped me to identify myself as a public speaker and my voice, working on my voice, and also on my communication, and also giving me a platform to exercise leadership. Yes, I'm the Vice President Public Relations. I'm learning while I serve. So Toastmasters is, I can say Toastmasters is me right now. I'm Toastmasters, and I like speaking about Toastmasters because that is where I've really focused on right now to grow me in those three key areas that is shaping my tomorrow. Yeah.
You are also a mentor?
Yes, I'm a mentor at Isara. I started mentorship way back in campus during our mentorship, authorship, program, mentorship, authorship, leadership program. We would go to schools, we would share our experiences in campus, and I believe there's someone like me. There's that young girl who is afraid to face her fears, who is afraid to bring that is within them, deep within them, that others have already told them, and yet they still don't believe in themselves. That is why I did mentorship in campus, because I really wanted to save that young girl. Because for me, I can say, way back in high school, in Kapropita Girls, we were told to be women of substance. Most speakers, I really appreciate Kapropita because it molded me, though I didn't speak, but it molded me inside. It molded me to think what I can do. The speakers will always encourage us. The speakers would always motivate us, and I was inspired. There was that fire the fire was ignited in Kapropita gas, but it was still hidden.
Okay.
So I needed to bring it on the table. That's why I can say it all started in Kapropita. The fire was ignited by those speakers who came. So I would also want to ignite someone in high school and beyond.
It's good you have gone even ahead of me.
Okay.
Because I wanted to ask. We have known what Jackie is doing, but we want to know, who is Jackie? Where does she come from?
Okay.
Where was she born? What has been the journey? So that we don't say we have the overnight success. You know, most of us, we like saying overnight success.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
Jackie,
yeah.
tell us, where were you born?
I was born in Iten.
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 Iten, you said
Oh,
it is there?
wow. I was born in Source of Champions.
Source of
I don't know,
Champions.
Iten is home source.
Okay.
Champions, I know it's champions. Yeah, I was born in Iten. I went to St. Bridget's Academy. That's in Keyo South, Kaptarakwa.
Kaptarakwa.
Yes. I was among the pioneers. Then after that, I relocated to Chepkoile, Eldoret. A school that, back then it was more University Chepkoile Primary School. Right now it's University of Eldoret Primary School. And that's where I met my primary school teacher, Mrs. Otieno.
Mrs. Otieno.
Yes. Wherever you are. You haven't met, but you ignited, I think it all started from primary. She ignited some fire. Most of the time I could see myself as, I had a nickname. I saw myself as that tiny girl. I didn't have a voice. I didn't believe that I could also speak. Fear really has made me lose a lot of opportunities, but I'm grateful that right now I'm working on it. So it was called that University of Eldoret.
Okay. University of Eldoret Primary School. Good work.
To count for 3.
Tony, could you boy look there?
1.
You or he?
Yes.
Is it the same school you took me?
Yes.
The primary school? It must have made us a very big impact.
It did. Yeah, I remember I was in East Stream, 8th East. And I still remember there was a time when Mrs. Otieno joined our school she had transferred to Chepkoile, and my previous teacher was Mr. Tanu. So when Mrs. Otieno came in, she taught us math. And from how we used to, when we were given assignments, we could just wait for the teacher to ask us for the books. But Otieno wanted us to collect and take it, so we didn't take it. I still remember she trained me 3K until I loved math. And I left there with a good grade. And she would always talk to us. She would always encourage us, leave us with cutting shots that will keep you thinking and thinking and thinking. And that is how she ignited the fire within me to get to identify who is Jackie. Though it really took time.
So, how did you learn to Kapropita?
Yeah, that was my dream school. I really wanted to go to Kapropita Girls High School.
Can I tell you something?
Yes.
Kapropita were our girlfriends by then.
Ah.
I was in Eminent Boys. I don't know if it was true.
Back then our, should I say boyfriend school or brother school was...
Boyfriend school.
Boyfriend school was Cabernet Boys.
Cabernet Boys.
Yeah.
So we were intruding your space.
But when
Eminent
I joined, Eminem was not in the picture. Or maybe, I don't know.
So how did you learn? Your Form 1,
Yeah,
Kapropita?
yeah, I
How is
joined
it?
Kapropita Girls in Form 1. I remember I was shy. That shyness is something. I lost opportunities because of that. I joined Form 1. It was Form 1 West. And my dorm was, I don't remember, I still remember, dorm 4. Yeah, good. And my bedmate was, I don't remember her name, but she was a Maasai, and she was a prefect. And there's a statue. I'm trying to remember. There was a time she saw me arranging my book. She was like, hey, she can be a good leader. They saw that, but deep within me, I didn't believe in myself that I could lead. I felt inferior. I really had that inferiority complex, and I thought, Jackie, your voice, you're not audible enough, you look young, and I didn't believe that I can do something. So I was really fighting a lot.
So what did you want to be?
In Form 1,
Yes.
I guess I wanted to be a doctor.
Doctor. Doctor. So they say
But
that
I didn't have a clear
picture. They say
picture. I didn't have
that
a clear
Form 1s, they come in, they want to be doctors. By Form 2, clinical officers. Form 3, nurses.
Yeah.
That's all. Form 4, so long as they are in hospital. Okay. So how did you change from being a doctor to a German linguist?
When I joined, again, I mentioned Mrs. Otieno.
Another Mr. Tiana.
Yeah, no, the same
Oh, the same
Mrs.
Mrs. Otieno.
Mrs. Otieno. When she learned that I joined Kapropita Girls,
Yes.
she told me you have to take a language, German language. I didn't know what was foreign language. I just knew Swahili and English. I didn't know there were foreign languages. I asked and I was directed to German class. That is how I got to know about the German language. I knew nothing about it.
So, Apropita, they are offering German.
Yeah, they offer German, and I think they have also introduced French.
Oh. So whatever we are seeing now is actually the product of the opportunities you had in high school.
Yes.
Oh, good.
So when I joined, I didn't know I would be a German linguist. I think in Form 1, I didn't have a clear picture of what I really wanted to pursue in the future, but I felt like I wanted to do something dealing with humanity. I think now that is in Form 2. Now I started identifying myself with Jackie, meeting people from different communities, having speakers coming to school, and I liked the way they encouraged us. And most of the time you can also meet me at the guiding and counseling office. I remember Mrs. Kiprop, who is currently the principal Kapsabet Girls.
I met Mrs. Kiprop in one of my marketing and mentorship sessions.
Okay. So when I had any issue, I didn't know how to speak up. I couldn't interact with my fellow young people. I was an introvert. And whenever I had any issue, I would prefer going to the guiding and counseling department because we are told if you have any problem, go talk to them. And I met friends. I remember I had Mrs. Corey. Mrs. Corey, they're always the best. We meet in town often, and she always reminds me of how she really helped me back.
Talking about being an introvert,
Yeah.
in one of your interviews recently, I think in a TBH show,
Yes.
you said you are an introvert extrovert.
Yeah.
So how do you balance, and how did you know in your journey that you are actually the two?
In high school, I believe most of my friends will agree I was an introvert.
Introvert.
I couldn't even stand in front of my classmates. Just met back then Celestine Limo. I had a number of them, but in Form 4 I had Celestine Limo. And whenever I want to ask for anything, I will ask her to speak on my behalf. Because I thought I'm not audible enough, no one will listen to me, and my words were not really not clear. That, you know that book that you have an author was written, What Would People Say?
What people say, yes, by
That-
Frida.
Yes. What would people say would really make me not want to speak. I feared criticism, being criticized. I didn't know how to handle it. When someone criticized me, I would feel so low. That will come to self-esteem. I had low self-esteem. So in high school, I was an introvert, but I was always ignited by the speakers who come. I was always inspired by the speakers who come. They made me have that fire, that desire to speak, stand up and say, I can do it. Jackie, you can do it. But it took time for me to speak up until when I joined Kapkoida. That is a nice story of introvert to extrovert.
You know what I'm learning?
Yes.
And I actually see how high schools actually make impact to some of us.
Yeah.
You are a German linguist, most probably because of the opportunity of getting German.
In high school, yeah.
you have been visiting guidance and counseling office, and by the time we met, actually, you met me at the guidance and counseling office, Moi University.
Yeah.
Then we are talking about speaking, mentorship, and it's funny you are now actually a mentor. So let's go to Kapoiga Girls.
I did my first attempt at Kapopita Girls. And to people, my family and those who knew me, they saw great potential, a great lady who I was supposed to get a certain grade. I scored a grade that didn't make me join campus direct, but I could do the MTC or short courses. But my family and friends, we were two of us whom we failed, and we had to go back to school, Form 5. And I joined Kapoiga Girls High School. I remember the first day when I stood up and introduced myself in front of, that was Form 4 East.
So you're now back to East.
Yes, I went back to East. And I just stood up and introduced myself. I think I shared something brief. But the feedback I got from the students made me want to speak. Now I felt like this is my safe space. No one knows me, no one knows the introvert part of me, no one knows the shy me. They know Jackie, the lady of substance, who was molded in Kapopita Girls. Now she's standing and sharing. Now I will call it the giant, and I felt like I can do it.
By the way, from Kapoiga, received greetings from Gloria Chiriot, from Sharon Chebet, and there are very many Kapoiga team. When they realize I will be doing this interview, they told me to tell you are doing great. So let's continue. So from Kapoiga, you go to campus?
So from Kapoiga, I can say the speaking started. The students will reach out to me.
You are now in Form 4?
Yeah, I'm in Form 4. I would call myself Form 5 now. You could friends, they could come seek advice from me. They could want to know more about my previous school, how we are going about things, why did you come join us and yet you had a good grade. For them, they saw the grade like, I shouldn't have done that. And that's where I met Eva. She was in Form 2. And right now she's still a good friend of mine. Like we started mentorship journey. We would talk, encourage her. She'd always, that was the time we introduced a new set book. And I didn't know. So I remember I joined in April. And I didn't know the new set book. She would always do revision with me and help me understand this new book before PCC. And I think mentorship started in Kapoiga Girls. I could reach out, share what I heard, freely without that fear that I had back then. And then I joined, that's when I got a grade and I joined Moi University for bachelor's in German language.
I know you'll be having an interview specifically to talk about German linguist. But tell us about your campus life. I think it was one successful moment for you. You actually came out from the feeble lady you have been telling us. I remember meeting you very calm and all that. But the transition of the 4 years, big. Jackie, how many organizations were you part of?
A number of them.
Number one?
I had MAL.
MAL.
There was a time I joined
OILF.
OILF is the big. Now that is the father of. I don't know how I put it. OILF really made me reach places that I had not.
But then you went for the presidential
breakfast.
So you met Uhuru Kenyatta.
Yes.
And the current president.
Yes,
and he remembers you.
I saw them at a distance. And also, I think that was the time I met our senator. The wife to Nicholas Biwott. I met her.
Oh, Professor Kamal.
Yeah, Professor Kamal. And she was being interviewed and she was like, yeah, she's my daughter. That was another opportunity that I got from attending the breakfast courtesy of LYLF. So we were mentioning the organizations. I joined MALT, LYLF. There was one for our friend Kariuki.
SBS Kariuki?
Yeah. No, not really. Herman.
Oh, Herman Kariuki, that is remember. Terence Kariuki, yeah?
Terence Moha, I can see he's doing great at,
Yes.
I think at the radio.
He's doing something at Royal Media Services.
Yes,
I
Royal
think the
Media,
Luya-
yeah, in the Yuravanak language.
Yes.
Those are great people we met back then in the campus. There was a time I joined in Actors, and there was a,
Nectus is economy?
I was not really fully part of it, but I would attend their meetings frequently. I couldn't forget peer counseling movement.
Peer counseling movement?
Yes, I joined peer counseling movement. They used to meet every Wednesday, and that's when I got to meet people, speak freely about self-esteem, about relationship, about financial literacy, and there were times I was given a chance to speak. So I got a platform to talk. And many other clubs, and the other organization that I joined outside campus, the first one that I worked with the community was Fast Track Mentors.
Fast track members? Mentors.
Yes.
And I've been seeing fast track mentors.
Yeah, that is the founder is Valentine Sine. I worked with her briefly, and I got a good experience working with the community. And there was a time she gave me a chance to be an MC at an event that she had, an impromptu MC service. I got now platforms to exercise what I had.
I remember we had a clique of friends in campus. We have, the first one is Moha.
Yeah.
He's doing Moha because it's a brand. Moja, the mobile journalist. Yegon. Emmanuel.
Yes. I didn't interact with him that much, but I could observe. The other thing that I used to do in campus was observing.
Yes.
I could observe what people were doing, how people were molding themselves and branding themselves. Because I was now in that stage of molding me, branding the Jackie who wants to do something with mentorship, counseling. Now I had identified my passion.
I'm
a deity. I think we were to start an organization with her, and she was an inspiration to me. Whatever she used to do, she would tell me, Jackie, I see myself in you. And she was like, let's do this together. So they encouraged me. The people I met really supported me to packaging all the things that I needed to put it together to bring Jackie.
So Jackie, for you to do all these amazing things, I'm sure there were some things you had to fight.
Yeah.
We would like to know what was the fight, because for me, I don't believe there is something known as overnight success.
There is.
Tell us, what actually did you fight for you to get to this position?
This is kind of emotional, but also I'm happy that I fought it and was emerged victorious. The first one is, let me say, self-esteem.
Self-esteem.
Self-esteem. I felt like I was not good enough. I needed to package myself. I needed to be, I don't have that exact word. I needed to package myself so well and be ready for the opportunity. But I learned, use whatever you have at that moment. Just do it with what you have. Nice. Self-esteem.
Negative self-esteem.
Yeah, negative self-esteem.
Number two.
Number three, I think that was the time now when I started dating. I had heartbreaks, and I didn't know how to go about it.
We call them character development.
Yes, character development, nilipigwa. I didn't know how to go about it. So, yes, I'll go talk to the counselor, but it has to start with me. The healing starts from within me. But the support of the counselors really, they supported me, but the healing starts from within. The character development and matters relationship, and also identifying myself, identity. The German, I had to, I think I almost dropped the German because I now wanted to do counseling. I just wanted to do something to do with human resource and social work. That's the time I think I did something in our community. I became a guardian, still in campus, and I don't know how I became a mentor and a guardian to a young lady. And those are some success stories, though it didn't end that successfully. But those are the things that I thought. Like, it's not a matter that when you want something, the success will just come that day.
So how are you actually managing the VP position, Toastmasters? Because I know that is where your heartbeat is. For those of us who did an enemy of the people, would say that is the heartbeat of the municipality.
Being the Vice President Public Relations, I joined Toastmasters in 2022, September. And that was after I was interviewed at Citizen.
Yes, I saw you. And I was saying, this is Jack. What are you doing? But then let's go back first to Citizen. What are you actually doing? You're an observer?
Yeah, I was an election observer. I joined, after campus, I joined a number of organizations. One of them was Youth Empowerment Development Yet Network. And from that, during the COVID period, we did awareness of COVID. And that's how we were told they were having another project for election observers, and I joined. And before that, there was a team from University of Edinburgh, led by Thomas, I don't remember his name, and my friend, lady friend, I forget her name. And they were doing an, how will I call it?
Translation?
No, I was a translator, but they were doing a research. They wanted to understand how Kenyans know the roles of an election observer. So a friend of mine connected me with them. I became the Kalenjin translator, and we did the work for 3 days. And after that, my friend, when she was in Nairobi, I think she met the team from Nairobi, Mashirima Kapombe. Yeah, Jamila Mohammed, this is how she told me. And she was like, Jackie, yeah, you'll be an election observer. Yeah, I will be. And they were looking for a young lady or a woman from within Issue who can be interviewed on matters election observation. And that is how I got myself with John Wanyama and had my first interview one-on-one on matters relating with the community.
Let's go back to Toastmasters.
And then from that, that's how I joined Toastmasters. And before that, there was a team from University of Edinburgh, led by Thomas, my friend, lady friend, and they were doing an
Translation?
no, I was a translator, but they were doing a research. They wanted to understand how Kenyans know the roles of an election observer. So a friend of mine connected me with them. I became the Kalenjin translator, and we did the work for 3 days. And after that, my friend, when she was in Nairobi, I think she met the team from Nairobi, Mashirima Kapombe. Yeah, Jamila Mohammed. This is how she told me. And she was like, Jackie, yeah, you'll be an election observer. Yeah, I will be. And they were looking for a young lady or a woman from within Issue who can be interviewed on matters election observation. And that is how I got myself with John Wanyama and had my first interview one-on-one on matters related with the community.
Let's go back to Toastmasters.
And then from that's how I joined Toastmasters, but as a guest, I was not a fully paid member. And that's when I met someone who saw my interest in Toastmasters and sponsored me to be a member. And that's how now I joined Toastmasters, and up to now, I'm still a member. I started from being a guest for around 1 year, gradually became a member, and now I was elected to be the Vice President Public Relations because of my interest of sharing more about the club. I used to post on my social media, WhatsApp. I really wanted people to know that there's an organization where you can join people who are interested in improving their public speaking, communication, and leadership. And it is a safe space to grow yourself, to be that person you want to be in those three, improving those three skills.
Jackie, I can tell it has been a journey.
It has been a journey,
And I know this is just a comma.
Yeah, it is a comma.
5 years from today, what is the big dream?
The big dream. Let me take you back briefly to Toastmasters. I
Yes.
have mentors.
Uh-huh.
I have Dr. Elizabeth Orina, who was my first mentor.
Uh-huh.
And in matters mentorship, she mentored me and I've learned a lot from her.
Uh-huh.
I have mentors, Happy Koi, right now she's my mentor.
Uh-huh.
I have mentor from Uganda. He's mentoring me on matters public relation in Toastmasters called Baron Ochola.
Uh-huh.
So you can see I'm surrounded with mentors. I have our president, Mary Diana. They are mentoring me. They're really helping me to nurture this Jackie they see, and I have to, I can't do it alone. So they are really helping me to build me to be this Jackie I'm right now. And I'm really grateful. I can't even forget our immediate past president, George Luanya. We always have a talk session. It's mentorship, but they talk it in a friendly way. They nurture you slowly. No one is criticizing you. The skills I get in Toastmasters are all round. Yeah.
So-
And now back to your question.
Back to my question.
5 years.
5 years. I want to get this dream, then I'll ask you about what you're doing somewhere, then we'll see.
5 years to come.
The biggest,
My biggest dream
yes.
is to be an inspiration to the generation, to be an inspiration to those people who think they can't do it, who think they're not good enough, who think they don't have that voice to speak up. From that shy Talam Jackie to this vocal Talam Jackie, I'm still working on it to improve my confidence, how I deliver speeches, how I deliver, how I communicate, and how I lead in various organizations that I'm in. It has really helped me to improve on how I lead. So in 5 years to come, I might not have a clear answer, but I'll be better than who I am right now. And we'll be doing great things in our community and being a blessing.
Beautiful. One of your current job description says you are a programs officer for Isara Mentor and Isara Foundation.
Yeah.
So what actually are you doing as mentors there?
What we do at Isara, we have a number of mentors who have reached out to us. They would really want to do mentorship in sports, and that is one thing we do at Isara, inspire for change. We will do it as Isara. We will bring on board other mentors, other great people who have successful stories. They've had a rough journey, but they've brought the best in themselves. And they really want to inspire the generation that is coming. They will share their experiences. So we have a number of mentors who have joined us and will be reaching out to schools, in high schools, primary schools, and also campuses and colleges, and do trainings on various topics that we have, and also inspire those young people to be great authors. We have doctors, we have teachers in our mentorship group, we have bankers, so we are all around. We have people from different professions who will share about professionalism and career, and also life skills, social life.
Beautiful. You are not the shy Talam for it.
I'm no longer the shy Talam. I'm ready to speak my mind.
Yes.
There was a time I wrote in my notebook, Jackie, speak your mind. Just say it. Just do it. Sometimes you can say it is not easy. It is easy, but it is not easy at the same time.
Jackie,
Yeah.
you have very many role models. Very many of them.
Yeah.
But I will just want to know only one who you actually look up to.
Alright. I will mention.
Now let's do 5. Let's do 5. I see one is very hard for you.
One is very hard. I'm having a number of them in
Okay,
my
let's do
mind.
5.
First, I won't forget my, okay, I have to thank God for, God has been grateful and He's been there for me. and my family. Let me mention them in this case because they've helped me out in so many ways.
Yes.
My mom and my dad and my brothers and siblings.
Family.
Now family. Now coming to role models, I have Kathy.
Cut.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I have Dr. Elizabeth Oyuno.
Uh-huh.
I have, I can't forget to mention Stella Chebet. Stella Chebet.
Stella Chipta.
Yes. And they are mostly ladies.
I'm sure you had a male figure for number 4 and 5.
Yeah, the number is, I don't know how to pick them. You're one of them. And I have, the number is, I'm having a,
You know something about you which I actually learned. You are an epitome or you are the success of mentorship.
yes.
And
I can say that.
one thing I learned from Jackie for the viewers is that she actually values mentorship. And I think this will actually be your field. So I want you to look at that camera and tell them, in case they want to engage you, to have them do the various things you want. Tell them first what you can actually do and how they can reach you.
What I do, I'm a German linguist,
Yes.
and also what I do, I offer mentorship program sessions for high school and primary school, and also in Toastmasters in Isara we have programs that is favoring young people and also those in high school. I bring on board the two organizations because they have something in common and they have me at heart. I do training on public speaking, communication and leadership skills. I also offer mentorship sessions to high school, primary and corporate on matters, whatever is relevant. And also I do community mobilization, reaching out to the young people in most so in Wazigishu County where I come from, and also
Nice. So it has been great having you, Jackie, and I can assure you, she's a resource. And Jackie, thank you for the good work you are doing. I know you forgot to tell them your number, but kindly do that. 07
07 23 267 940.
07
23 267 940.
940.
That's my phone number,
Yes. Yes.
and you can reach out to engage on reaching out to more young people, and if you have any resource on being a blessing to the community, I'll be grateful to have you on board and do more events and programs.
Nice. Thank you so much, Jackie, for this opportunity you have granted us. And to all the viewers, I actually commend you for being with us up to this moment. In case you missed out to subscribe, kindly remember to do that. And let's look out for another session with Jackie. It has been a blessing. Thank you, and God bless you all. Asanteni sana.